Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Ferrari 360. Well, it's not exactly the Ferrari 360, but we do have the Ferrari 360 books. So I thought in this video we'd take a look through the wallet of books that comes with a Ferrari 360, and I'll show you some of the interesting things that are inside here. Nice leather bound wallet. We've got the prancing horse logo just here, nicely stitched. And the first thing you notice is that there is a torch missing from here. I think back in the day there was a Maglite torch that came with the wallet of books. It's probably long since gone. I'm sure we can get a replacement at some stage. So on the right hand side we have the main user manual for the car, and as with all these manuals, got a nice embossed logo here, and everything is in 4 languages. So it's in Italian, English, French and German on every single page. So it does make the user manual quite bulky because you've got to go through every single page with 4 languages. But this is just your usual user manual for the car. There's a nice kind of cutaway schematic of the 360 there, rather special. So this is divided into 8 sections: identification data, controls, running instructions, car driving, emergency, maintenance, technical data, technical information, contents at the end. Nicely illustrated. Lovely side view of the engine here with the timing belt arrangement. Here's the lubrication system. You can see it's a dry sump system where the oil gets pumped out of the sump and back into a secondary tank. Diagram of the cooling system here. We've got 2 fans which interact with radiators at the front of the car. So coolant is actually pumped all the way to the front under the car, cooled and then returned to the engine. Diagram here just explains the fuel and vapor emission control system, and that actually is quite relevant because I've got an evaporation system leak at the moment that's causing the check engine light. So hopefully we'll be able to find it something pretty trivial, probably the petrol cap or something like that, which is just not sealing properly. Information about the catalytic converters. There's actually quite a lot of information about the engine here, which is really good. I have to go away and read this in detail. We've got information about the clutch and the gearbox. So this is actually something we're going to get changed, and that is the heat exchanger. So hot oil from the gearbox is circulated through a heat exchanger, which is part of the cooling system, and then returned to the gearbox. This heat exchanger element can start to fail, and what you see is you get a little deposit of oil in the cooling system when you take the cooling cap off, and I can see that. So I've got the part for this, just need to get it installed. Again, more diagrams here with the F1 gearbox system. It's actually really good to get so much information about the car itself. Steering system. I should read this I'm going to read this in detail now because it's actually really informative. Air conditioning system, that's another thing that needs replacing, and that's the compressor here. Item 1, that has failed, so unfortunately we don't have any cold air in the car at the moment, but getting that fixed soon. And this is your suspension system. Again, quite a complex system with adjustable dampers, which are controlled by the sport mode switch. Even gives a diagram of how the body is constructed. So it's, I think, the first car out of Ferrari that was all aluminium. Up until the 355 it was all steel, and I think the 360 was the first car that used predominantly aluminium. And then we've got the electrical system as well. So yeah, actually really useful reference there. Okay, this is all the options. This is the Carrozzeria Scaglietti, which is the various options for the car, some of which are fitted and some of which aren't. So you can get bucket seats for the car if you wish. Mine does not have those, and you can get a 4-point racing harness. Seems a bit pointless, quite frankly. Challenge rear grid, yep, we have that. Interesting that a removable sunroof was an option. Extraordinary. So you could take out this chunk of the roof and store it behind the seats in a little bag. Yep, coloured brake calipers we have. Electrically adjustable seats we have. Xenon headlights I think we have, because if you have the headlight washers then you have the Xenons. I haven't tested them yet. I'm kind of nervous too, because I'm sure they won't work and then I'll have to get them fixed. CD changer, yes we have, although it is now disconnected because I've replaced the head unit with a Bluetooth unit, but it is there. Spare wheel, nope, we don't have that. We have a tyre inflation kit instead, which is missing, so I should get one of those. Set of suitcases for the luggage compartment. The car may be equipped with a 3-piece set of leather suitcases designed by Pininfarina for Ferrari to store in the luggage compartment. The set consists of 2 hard shell suitcases with pull-up handles and a soft garment bag. Be nice to get a set of those, wouldn't it? Maybe we can get a set on eBay or something. It'd be quite cool. Pair of suitcases for the rear shelf you can get. Ah, that's what those little studs are for. There are studs in the back, and that's what they're for, to clamp those suitcases in place. Custom-made golf bag is available as well. I wonder how many people ordered that as an option. It's probably single digits. Battery charger kit. Yeah, don't need that. We've got our own tender, battery tender connected. Fire extinguisher and care kit. Very interesting. So let's have a look on the other side. So we have the instructions for the hi-fi system. I'm obviously not going to be using that anymore. It's got a CD changer and an FM and AM radio, but I've swapped it out for a Bluetooth device, which is much the easier way of using it. So that's all pretty irrelevant. This is the warranty and service book. It's interesting that this car was first delivered on the island of Jersey in the Channel Islands, which is interesting because it's very close to where one of my relatives lives, which is kind of funny. So it was delivered on the 5th of March 2001. So I will be doing another video about the history of this car and its various maintenance issues at some point in the future, so we'll skip over that. This one is the Sales and Service Organisation Manual. Basically just gives a list of the various Ferrari dealers and service centres globally, many of which will probably not be there anymore. Certainly the Five Oaks one in Jersey isn't there anymore. Now this is the really interesting one. This is the alarm system. Now I need to sit down with this with a cold towel over my head because it is the most ridiculous alarm system I've ever come across. I'm not even going to begin to try and digest it today, but the first thing you come across is this diagram here, which basically tells you how to enter the PIN code for your car if your remote control is not working. And the way you have to do it is by this kind of pulse code modulation system where you have to turn the key a certain number of times, then wait for a certain period, and then you do it again a certain number of times to actually key in the pin code for the car if you've lost your remote or the battery has run out. So that is on basically the second page you get to. It's absolutely ridiculous. It does have a mind of its own, this alarm system. One of the things you always have to do is, if you even step out of the car for a short time and don't lock it, when you get back in, the engine will turn over but it won't start. So then you have to switch off the car, lock the doors, you can stay sitting in it, lock the doors, unlock, turn the key, press the immobilizer, and then you're good to go. But it is a ridiculously complex system, and they improved it enormously in the 430. That's just a quick video on the set of books that comes with a Ferrari 360. I hope you found that interesting. If you did find it interesting, don't forget to smash that like. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber, and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.